How's it going, guys and gals? Hope everybody's doing good. We're gonna pick up where we left off. We're gonna be starting out in Act 10. I went and traded for a new body piece, so now our damage is a bit higher. I was able to put my brutality support in conjunction with everything else, and got a whole lot more defense. If y'all remember, the last piece I had was like at 400 or 500 defense. So now our DR is up to 38% right now. Um, And of course, we'll replace other pieces and we'll get that up even higher. But that is much better than what we were at. So let's just head out and start getting through this act. It shouldn't take too long. We have one more trial to unlock the third labyrinth. At which point I will probably do it, and then from there we can move forward with everything else. But yeah. Right now, let's just kind of get through this act. Shouldn't take very long. The 10th act really isn't all that long. I mean, the hardest part is, of course, at the end boss, and then making sure you have resistances set up for after the fight, because once you get to that point, you're missing. I think it's a total of 60 resistance, so you have to kind of make up for that. But our damage is quite a ways higher. It's 20k right now. I think last time I had checked it was at like 14 or less than that. So yeah. Of course it does depend on how many arena charges we have going and all that good stuff too. But overall, damage is good, speed's good, and it's just gonna get better with this build. So one thing I do want to repeat is do not, and it should be common sense, do not attempt to do anything that has reflect physical damage. Like if you run into one of those corrupted areas or anything like that, if it has reflect physical damage, you skip it. If there's a map that has that, you skip it. Because there's no way we could survive our own damage. Just being honest there. Let's go see if anything's ready. No, not completely. What about over here? No, that one's still lacking there. Still lacking a little bit here. What about down here? This one looks ready. Let's go ahead and harvest it real quick. Real quick. Boom. Oh, a little bit of lag. Oh. Game crash. Dun dun dun. Alright, guys and gals, had a small crash there. We're working our way through the next area though. Just picked up right where we left off, and just went and condensed all the life forge pretty much. But yeah, work our way through, get everything done, and that's really all we can do. That's so funny, they're like siege axes that are just floating around. Of course, that's from our gloves. It's the trigger Edict of War on kill. So just gotta try and get through all this stuff. Alright, in this area we have to clear it, find an item, and do the final labyrinth unlock little trial or whatever. Let's see. Doot, 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 doot. We'll worry about that a little bit later. Let's try and get through this act. Alright, here's the item we're looking for. Now we just have to do the trial. It should be right here. These are a lot easier to do than the later ones, so. Did I not press it? Could have sworn I pressed it. There we go. Usually I would use my transition skill, my movement skill to get through here a little safer, but I'm not super duper worried about it. Alright, now we can actually complete the labyrinth. Whenever we choose to, I'll probably do it right before fighting Kitava, just so we get a little extra boost as far as our ascendancy goes. With another glorious plate, we'll take that. But other than that, we'll just keep rocking and rolling. Alright, some of our gardens are ready. Let's go ahead and demolish everything here. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and see what I can make, and if there's anything worth mentioning, I will bring it up and show y'all. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump to the next area. We had 2 more farms to go, so let's go ahead and wipe these out too. 2 more little plots, so let's wipe everything out. Grab all our new seeds. I at least want to show y'all the combat during the harvest craft stuff. If we get anything, awesome, of course I'll show y'all too. Ooh, seeds and radius produce 100% more life force when harvested. That's kind of cool. Of course, we got more seeds. And the rest of this is kind of eh. Alright, I think that was it. Let me make sure. Yeah, we already cleared out all the farms now. Okay, so I'll see y'all in the next area. And through the torch courts we go. We cleared out our farm, so we just grab these and we'll throw them in here and we'll deal with it later. Doot, doot, doot. And now through the desecrated chamber we go. Do 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 do. Always pick up superior flasks and gems. Even if you're not going to use the gems, you can always use them to make gem cutter prisms and use those to increase your own quality of your gems, the gems that you're actually using. So you can actually do the same thing with a lot of stuff. So you know, you get superior armors and weapons and stuff, you trade them in and you'll get the items to increase quality on those as well. But those you find a lot more of throughout just killing and stuff, by comparison of gem cutters and glass blowers baubles. So just FYI. Yeah, we're not gonna want to stay near this guy, so keep your distance as best as possible. His regular attacks are pretty awful, so keep your distance, kill him, get the staff if you have space. Pretty easy, right? His regular physical attacks are pretty strong, so definitely keep your distance. That's one thing I can say about that boss. If you can. If you can't, make sure your DR and everything is up to par. But let's continue. We'll get to the next area, and we'll go from there. Yeah, let's find the teardrop here. Do, 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 do. Shouldn't take that long. Usually it's in one of the areas that we explored earlier in the game, where we also had to find a key item, I guess you would say. So you can pretty much run through. Just make sure you don't get overwhelmed by enemies. Come grab our seeds. Put them up. There we go. Usually you'll see it right on the map, so boom. Got the teardrop. Now we can move on to the next area. We still need to go to the control block, which is pretty easily found. It's usually over to the west. So we'll head that way and we'll pick right back up. Time to work our way through the control block and kill Valenta. So we'll keep working our way there. Let's grab our seeds, put them up. We'll definitely have a conversation about seeds once I've completed all the acts. Because each seed has its own specific kind of buffs you can, not buffs, but crafting options that you can gain by using them. So if you want a specific kind of crafting option, you can actually go about it in a certain way to make it a little easier on yourself. So something we will discuss for sure. Let's keep working our way through. Take that. Alright, let's get it going. All that redness. Keep our buffs up. And switch back over. Try our best to pound it in real quick. Switch back. Blood and sandstones, you're definitely going to want to be able to switch back and forth from. Oh. Easy peasy. Alright, let's pick up where we left off and finish up Act 10 so we can start mapping. Got a couple more areas to kind of pass through, and then we'll get to Kitava. And hopefully that fight won't be that bad, hopefully. It's just going to be a lot of dodging involved for sure. Because I have decent damage, but my life isn't exactly where I'd like it to be. So we'll see how that fight goes. You know, that's another reason why like I don't mind playing on the standard Harvest League. It allows me to continue to explore the mechanics while also showing y'all the actual viability of a build. Assuming you don't have, you know, 100% the best stuff to be using. And on top of that, you know, it helps me strategize and go over things with y'all, so that way if y'all do decide to play a certain build, y'all know what's coming ahead of time and y'all can easily prepare. Like my opinion on this is like I need better jewelry, I need a lot more plus to HP. I'm lacking quite a bit in gear slots, and I mean honestly you could find a fair amount of gear for trade without too much trouble. I actually traded for the body piece that I'm wearing right now, and it adds a decent amount of HP and resistances, and it gave me a whole bunch of defense. So you know that's awesome. I probably should have done the same thing for the rest of my pieces. It really shouldn't, you know, it's really not that hard when you're playing on standard. It gets a little bit more expensive when you're playing on hardcore, but overall it's not that bad. That's one of the main things I can say is, you know, it's if you're playing on standard of any sort, whether it's just plain standard or the standard league, things are usually fairly cheaper than on hardcore. And then the hardcore leagues are usually pretty expensive, especially early on. Of course, as time goes on, the prices will not plummet, but they will drop and normalize to an extent before the end of the league. So, but it's always good to try and trade for some equipment. Solo self-found is doable, don't get me wrong. I mean, just about everything I have right now I found except for that body piece that I traded for. And even that, I mean, I already had a piece that I could you know, craft on and make it a decent body piece. I just didn't choose to do that because it would have taken a little bit longer. And then on top of that, you have to worry about currency and RNG, because RNG plays a huge part in these types of games, ARPGs. takes quite a bit of time sometimes to hit those magic numbers that you want or need, you know, as far as resistances, as far as certain DR points and everything like that. I mean, it's all stuff that you should keep in mind, um, you know, along the way. But just, you know, just something I wanted to cover with y'all, just something to talk about. We're getting pretty close to the end here, and then we'll start our Kitava fight, nice and clean. I'm trying a different method for my recordings, because usually I'd go and make a whole bunch of cuts and edits after I hit, like, you know, hit a whole video. I'll record a whole thing, and you know, it'll be like 2 hours, hour and a half, and I cut it down to about 20 minutes. Well, sometimes a little more, depending on everything. But what I'm trying now is to basically run through and I'm not gonna be able to jump over there. Run through and I do multiple cuts instead during the recording, instead of doing them after the recording, so that way I don't have to go back and do that secondary step. That way I can actually finish things off a little bit easier and just kind of combine everything once I'm done. Hopefully that works a little bit better. Let me know what you think. Had a minor little hiccup there. But yes, as I was saying, try to kind of cover everything that's really important. But beyond that, you know, just keep moving forward. Damage-wise, our character is, you know, spot on. But you definitely want to try and trade for gear that's going to improve upon what you have, and kind of make it your own. Alright, so I'm gonna stop for a second, and then we're gonna jump in and do Kitava. I'm gonna go ahead and head to town, and we'll be right back. Alright, let's get this fight on the road and see how we do. Gonna try and keep our distance because we don't want to get hit too hard. Our damage should be fine. We just gotta make sure to maintain some distance so we don't get completely destroyed. Yeah, don't want to get hit by those. There we go. Finish off Kitava's heart. Boom. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Poof. Always awesome. yeah, so that's pretty much everything. And this will take us back to Oriath, and we can unlock the mapping and all that stuff. And that's just some running around. So I'm not gonna bother recording all that. It takes a few minutes, but it's basically just running around. So I'm not gonna sweat that. But hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll be making update videos on this build as I progress. Um, hopefully it lasts. Hopefully I can get some stuff done while the league's still going. Um, and I hope y'all enjoy. But for now, this is Elderofwoe saying over and out. Alright, I figured I'd throw this in here as well. This is our first map that we're running. I did a little bit of running around to unlock the map stuff. So, see how this goes. So this will actually unlock some different stuff for us whenever we run into these masters, quote unquote. So we can actually get even, other opportunities to make even better gear and stuff like that. Of course, we still get more seeds. I think right now, since it's Harvestcraft, whenever there is a specific mechanic going on as far as the leagues go, those are consistent throughout the maps. But once they become part of the base game, they are randomized throughout the map. So sometimes you'll see them, sometimes you won't.
The rise and fall of the gods, the ebb and flow.
So just so y'all know, so this is one that was done before as Blight. No, yeah, it's Blight. So it creates this little area where a mob will start spawning portals and stuff like that. So we can set up little, traps or damage or whatever the case might be. And that's more or less it. And just take out the enemies, and as long as you take them out, it's not a big deal. You just got to be careful, because if you don't take them out, they take out the main spore area right here, and we end up losing the fight. So as long as we take them out, though, it's not a big issue. We just got to make sure and do it fast. Boom. And so the blight mechanic, you deal with like a little blight area like this. Depending on how many portals pop up, that's how many rewards you get, I guess you could say. And it's pretty simple. Once you defeat them, you get treasure chests like this. So you can get oils, and the oils are used to upgrade equipment and stuff like that. And of course, you get other random stuff. So once we have an oil, see, and you get this whole thing, and then you can get anointed items, and then you can do like rings for instance. So then I can throw on 2 oils, and it would have an effect on the piece of equipment that I put in there. It's a pretty cool mechanic. I enjoyed it. Some people didn't, but it was pretty cool. And then this one, as you can see, it's actually a unique item. So cool. And it's not something that we needed, but it's pretty cool though. And as you play through the maps, you will unlock more and more of these past mechanics that were introduced in past leagues. And that's pretty much all there is to that. I mean, you just run maps and farm gear as best as you can, as quickly as you can, and continue to improve your character. I wanted to show y'all this first map, A, because it would be easy for me to show y'all, and B, they're usually pretty small. And I figured I'd add this at the end of the video for Act 10. And right now we're a little bit squishy. As you can see, our lightning resistance is kind of not good. So that's one thing that we have to keep in mind. We definitely need to bump that up. however we choose to do that, that's fine. You know, whether it's through crafting or some other form of different piece of gear or whatever the case might be. All right, where are we supposed to be going? Trying to find the next area. But yeah, right now we're kind of squishy when it comes to lightning, so gotta be careful for anything that throws lightning at us. Right now there's a pretty easy area, so. But yeah, lightning would definitely have some very terrible effects on us. Just gotta be careful though. And running maps, like I said, it doesn't take long. Most maps, aren't super duper big, but you'll have different mechanics pop up in them. As you saw earlier, that was the blight mechanic, and then right now, see, this is another one that was introduced by a different league, and this is the corrupted areas, and of course we get these in regular areas too. So rare monsters, elemental weakness, increased area effect. Found items 30% chance to drop corrupt an area. Area contains 5 additional packs of corrupt foul monsters. 57% increased quantity of items found in this area. Okay, so I didn't see anything about let's see. Yeah, see that really lowered our resistances. So we could potentially die in here because of the amount of damage that we can take because of the elemental damage. So we got to be very careful. And then corrupted items, they come already ID'd, so it's one less thing to worry about. We don't gotta pick it up, just gotta look at it. And usually I'll skip over corrupted items because they really don't have anything that I want on them. Sometimes they do, sometimes they're kind of cool, but it's very rare. But as you can see, we can still kill. It's just we got to be very careful, not to get ourselves overrun by anything. See, and there's lightning there, and that looks dangerous. That looks very dangerous. See, I ain't looking to die. See, I'm more than willing to fight stuff, but I'm not trying to die. Alright, got that taken care of. So we got a glorious plate here. Has decent resist, decent life. The only bad thing is we can't do anything with it past this point, at least not easily. Corrupted items are very hard to kind of deal with in that aspect. Whew, that was dangerous. Gotta be careful.
My spirit is spent.
Yeah, my spirit's always spent. That's why I need to save up chaos orbs to get a soul taker. That'll help with damage and everything like that. I'm just trying to be cautious right here. Got him beat. So that was the little main boss guy. Don't want to mess with that because that's lightning. If I can avoid it, I will. Alright, so got all this stuff. Val Haste is a good one. Let's see. Butcher Axe. Not really worth our time. This takes us back to the same area, and then we can go finish up the map. So where we were heading was the last portion of the map. It'd be over here, so we can get a recipe, and then the arena. So of course we'll be facing a boss. We want to make sure we're in blood stance for that, and make sure we're prepared. That's the boss right there. So dodge as much as we can. Boom, 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 dead. Easy peasy. So if there's anything we can want to pick up, we'll check. I don't really see anything worthwhile. But we finished our first map. We got some completion stuff right over here. Can head back to town.
I found a specialized map in the Templar laboratory near the Omniverse. I believe we can fill it out.
Okay, and so that opens up the atlas. The atlas allows you to see your progress. Tells you what you would have to do for the next area. So see if we did like a desert map, it unlocks that little node right there, and so forth and so on. And you just kind of follow it throughout, and you can get bonuses and make the maps have certain bonuses. You can actually run maps with certain masters as well, and everything like that. It's pretty cool. Anyhow, this is Elderofwoe. I wanted to show y'all that, but that's it for this first map. So Elderofwoe, over and out.